Oregon. Just set up camp. And that's where we're going, you and me. Got here a little ahead of the rest of the folks. Now you might think this is another gold adventure because I put a sluice box in the water. But no, it's a lot better than that. Might notice something as we climb, that we run into these spots where the vegetation thins out, and cross terrace layer after terrace layer as we climb these black rocks. Note the color of the rocks. Yeah, we're starting to, now you can see vegetation thins out again. It's kind of odd, isn't it? Soil gets lighter. Yeah, look at that. Pumice. Light as a feather. There it is, further to climb. Not much further to climb. We'll be at 7,000 feet. Yeah. Look at this. Certainly a odd looking rock. Here's another one. See if we can get there. There's a ground wasp. People think those are ants, but they're wasps. They are getting up there. Probably a handful of people realize what we're doing right now. Some in the United States. Maybe 100 or so worldwide. Not much further. Came around our tree here. One of those funny little rocks are all over the place. Can you see them in the shot there? They're just right up and through here. Now, that handful of people that knows what's going on, and the 100 or so worldwide, they'll probably never see this part of the footage because they just fainted. Yeah, they just fainted. If not, they will when they find out that the blacks are here too with fire. What I'm doing is picking up precious opal right off the ground. I always like to listen to the wind. When I'm up here. I say the gym guys have fainted, so has the doctor. Fire opal. There's other opals. That's the stuff dreams are made of right there. It's loaded with them. It's beautiful up here, and that's a real value to me. It'll be dark in about an hour, just enough time to get back down the mountain. So I'll leave those opals for you. You know, in the movie The Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman delivered a memorable line for me. He said, geology is the study of pressure and time. That was probably most memorable because it was true. Rare for a movie. Finding these opals requires some time and some knowledge. Now that you've seen them up there, they're also on these hillsides. You've seen the volcanic rock. We know that water was here at one time. This whole area might have been covered with water, even the tops of these mountains. And you've seen the bare ground, and that they're in the bare ground. Which brings up the subject of basalt. Yesterday we were talking about basalt, just a glorified term for magma. A few million years here and there, a little pressure to what gives the heat. Things are cooked off. To the extreme. We'll get volcanic glass, mid-range temperature, in a few million years we'll get opal. The salts will cook to the top. If they're cooked to a low temp, we'll get petrified wood. Now, what was the sluice for? Well, I set that up as at a low angle as a wash plant, and we're finding petrified wood. First you go to the USGS and you look for areas with basalt or volcanic rock, lava. And then you go out to the areas with a topo map that you got from TerraServer or wherever you got it. And you look for the areas, the valleys where there was water. Then you look for these areas where there's no vegetation or very little vegetation within those areas. That means the salts have cooked to the top from the water, preventing vegetation. It's a natural herbicide. Then you look for obsidian or volcanic glass, and then you walk up from those areas until you reach the areas where you're finding petrified wood and opal on the ground. You can find opal on the ground easily by using a pump sprayer. Just spray the ground, and you see how it just shows up like that? Piece right there. Another question people have is whether I still dig. Not so much anymore. I make these films to kind of bring the young folks along, as long as they don't lose the 1872 mining law, which allows individuals on these public lands. If they lose that, they're done. There's some congressmen and senators scheming to do that right now by demonizing corporations. They'll use that to prevent you from coming out here. And I really don't have time to dig anymore, not since I landed that job as a Chippendales dancer for the ladies.